Raheem with Roy Jones Jr. I've gotten the opportunity to speak to you kind of frequently now, but in between these conversations, things happen. Boy, boxing stays active. And you know where I'm going. It's the first thing on the top of the mind. You and the self-described TVE, Floyd Mayweather, have gotten into it. Now, first of all, you know, the acronym TVE is the best ever. Does that accurately describe Floyd Mayweather?
At making money, yes.
And what do you think of his reaction to your analysis? Somebody asked you your opinion, you gave it, and it seemed like Floyd went out of his way to troll you a little bit.
He did, and that's fine. I went out of my way to troll him a little bit now. You want to fight? Come on. I mean, I ain't tripping. You ain't got to troll me. Come see me. That's who I am. I don't do talk well, you know?
Have you heard anything from him or anybody in the camp?
No, I ain't heard nothing yet, but they know where I'm at, and they know how to find me.
I mean, you think there's a possibility, Roy? Like, we might get this exhibition?
Ain't gonna be no exhibition. I want it real. Ain't no sense of being an exhibition. What we gonna play for? We both fight for real. What we playing for? Wasn't no exhibition. We didn't make it real. Exhibition for people playing. We ain't playing. I ain't anyway.
I mean, I'm being kind of lighthearted about this. You seem a little intense. I've interviewed you a lot of times. I don't think I've seen this look in your eye before.
Well, I mean, I don't bother nobody. I'm authorized. I can have my own opinion. You got a problem with my opinion, then anything I say, I'll be willing to fight about. That's why I don't fuss much, because if I say it, I mean it. And if you want to do something about it, come on.
All right, real quickly.
Outside the ring, I don't care. We do it wherever you want to do it. That's where I'm built for this.
Once again, people, that is Roy Jones Jr., and he is adamant on wanting to fight Floyd Mayweather in the ring, out of the ring, on site. He wants to do that. And let me counterpunch, though. I hope this is kind of a build up to something. You know what I mean? I hope there's no true bad blood between Roy and Floyd, because Roy and Floyd, it's like big brother and little brother. Those are like the best of the era of the times. Floyd is, of course, you know, about 8-9 years older than Floyd, you know, like a big brother, you know, or damn near like an uncle, you know, or a young uncle is to a nephew or some shit. Because I got a lot of nephews that are in their 30s, you know what I mean, and nieces and stuff like that, because I'm the youngest. So it's one of those things. I feel the relationship I feel is like that. Now Floyd did subliminally do what he did. He never said anything, but Floyd does shit like that. You know, like, well, how do I talk about someone without talking about them? And what he did was, the subliminal was, hey, let me watch a picture. And it wasn't even a television screen of him watching Roy get knocked out by Antonio Tarver. It was a special green effect image of him looking that he posted in front of him. You know what I mean? Of Roy getting knocked out. So that was definitely 100% deliberately towards Roy. Now Roy's pissed off. Roy's saying, like, look, you talking this shit, you got my attention with the subliminal. I said, how can I can respect you of being the greatest or whatever when you can't respect the greatest? You know, and if you guys don't know what he meant by that is, Floyd has said things about Muhammad Ali, saying I'm better than Muhammad Ali. Muhammad Ali is not one of the greatest. I think, in fact, Larry Holmes is one of the greatest. That was one of Floyd's picks as one of the greatest fighters of all time, you know, and he spoke his opinion, okay? Now, people didn't like that because you don't talk about Dad. You don't talk about Muhammad Ali. You don't talk about Muhammad Ali, known as Cassius Clay, and the things that he went through. You don't talk bad about boxing royalty, because one thing about Muhammad Ali paved the way for a lot of fighters to get a lot of money that they wouldn't have got if it wasn't for someone charismatic, grounded, spiritual minded like Muhammad Ali. Okay, that's just, you know, that's just calling it what it is. I don't think that would have been the case. I don't think that people understand what Muhammad Ali did, only for Floyd to come along and say tactless things, especially when older fighters like Roy, older than him rather, hears it. So you say, well, hey, I can't respect you talking shit about the king, the GOAT. And that's what he said. And then Floyd then, did the subliminal. Now Roy's like, hey, you want to fight? We can fight. Forget all the talking. We can fight. I'm built for this. So to me, I hope it's a build up to some kind of exhibition so they can fight. I mean, who wouldn't want to see Roy and Floyd fight? That shit would sell, honestly. It don't matter because Roy is younger than Mike Tyson was, and I think he's in better shape. He's quicker, he's faster. The question would be if they did, and if this is a build up to an exhibition, where the hell would they fight? What weight class? What weight class would they fight at? You know what I mean? Because I know Roy Jones Jr. right now is a heavyweight. And Floyd's a little dude. Floyd's small. He's not thick and big like Roy. You know what I mean? Now, you can argue, well, hey, he didn't fight Logan Paul at Logan Paul's weight. He was at his weight. So if he can't fight that way for Logan Paul, people are going to start speculating. Maybe you scared of Roy because you fought big ass Logan Paul. Logan Paul was 185 or something like that. He fought him where he outweighed him about 50 pounds or so. So you can't say I can't fight Roy at that same weight class if this is the situation that we're thinking that it's going, or the direction it's going, to an exhibition. But honestly, Roy, he's pissed off because he's like, yo, you disrespected Muhammad Ali first. Now you're disrespecting me for having an opinion. Now people can't say that was a bit harsh. You know what I mean? Because Roy was like, how can I respect you if you don't respect that? I don't know. I mean, that's for you saying something about someone else. I don't know. Sometimes that might come off because a lot of people thought that Roy was hating on Floyd and all this, that, and the other. And, so I think something has to happen, about this this particular debacle. But you guys tell me what you think of Roy Jones Jr. adamant on fighting Floyd Mayweather Jr. on site, in the ring, out the ring, in the backyard, in the alleyways. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!